Have you ever wondered why the Sabbath is considered so essential in our lives? It's a question that, in today's frenetic, always-on world, seems more pertinent than ever. The Sabbath, a concept deeply rooted in biblical teachings, specifically in the book of Exodus, holds a profound significance in our lives. God commanded his people to observe the Sabbath, setting aside one day each week to rest, reflect, and renew. It's not just about taking a break from the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's about dedicating time to pause, to connect with our spirituality, and to appreciate the blessings in our lives. In this fast-paced world, the Sabbath serves as a sanctuary, a haven of tranquility amidst the chaos. It's a day to recharge not just physically but also mentally and spiritually. Understanding the significance of Sabbath can bring a profound change in our lives, an opportunity for growth, for renewal, and for deepening our connection with the divine. The Bible offers us profound insights on how to observe the Sabbath. It's not just about marking a day on the calendar and taking a break from work. It's a lot more meaningful, spiritual, and intentional. In the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 8 to 11, God commands us to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. But what does it mean to keep a day holy? The Hebrew word for holy, kodesh, means set apart. So essentially we are called to set the Sabbath day apart from the other 6 days of the week. It's a special day dedicated to God, a day different from the rest. But how do we set this day apart? What makes it different? Again, we turn to the scriptures for guidance. In Exodus chapter 35 verse 2, we're told that the seventh day is a day of rest. That's right, no work should be done. It's a day to cease from our usual labor, a day to rest, not just physically but also mentally and spiritually. But rest doesn't mean idleness. The Bible provides further insight into how we should spend this day of rest. Leviticus, chapter 23 verse 3, encourages us to spend the Sabbath in a sacred assembly. It's a day for prayer, a day for worship. It's a day to connect with God, to seek his presence, to meditate on his word. Moreover, the Sabbath is also a day for family. It's a day to strengthen the bonds of love and unity within the family. It's a day to share a meal, to laugh together, to create memories. So, the Sabbath isn't just a day off, it's a day of rest, a day of worship, a day of family. It's a day set apart for God. It's a day to recharge, to reflect, to rejoice. It's a day to remember who we are and whose we are. Indeed, observing the Sabbath as prescribed in the Bible can be a transformative experience. So, how can we practically observe the Sabbath in our modern lives? Well, it's simpler than you might think. The Sabbath is a day of rest, but it's also a day of intentional worship and connection with God. Here are a few practical tips to help you make the most of this special day. Firstly, consider unplugging from technology. In this digital age, we're often inundated with notifications, messages, and emails. By turning off our devices for one day, we can fully engage with the world around us and focus on our relationship with God. It's a small act, but it can make a big difference. Secondly, spend time in nature. Whether it's a walk in the park or a hike in the woods, immersing yourself in the natural world can be a profound way to connect with the Creator. The beauty of creation can inspire awe and gratitude, nurturing a deeper sense of spirituality. Engaging in prayer and worship is another vital part of the Sabbath. This could involve attending a church service, singing hymns at home, or simply taking a quiet moment to pray. Remember, it's not about the specific activities you do, but the spirit in which you do them. Reading the Bible is also a powerful way to observe the Sabbath. Whether you're exploring familiar passages or discovering new ones, the Bible offers timeless wisdom and guidance. You might consider setting aside time for a Bible study, either alone or with others. Finally, spend quality time with your family and loved ones. Share meals, play games, have meaningful conversations. The Sabbath is a wonderful opportunity to strengthen these important relationships. To fully engage in rest and worship, it's helpful to prepare for the Sabbath in advance. This might involve finishing up chores, preparing meals, or simply setting the right mindset. Remember, the key to Sabbath observance lies in intentionality and preparation. It's about setting aside a special time to rest, reflect, and reconnect with God. So let's embrace the Sabbath with open hearts and open minds, and discover the profound peace and joy it can bring. What changes can we expect when we purposefully observe the Sabbath? As we embark on this journey of Sabbath observance, there are several benefits we can look forward to. Firstly, the Sabbath allows us to rest physically. After a week of work, we can recharge and rejuvenate, preparing us for the week ahead. Mentally, the Sabbath offers a day free from everyday stress and worries. It's a chance to reset and clear our minds, fostering mental health and well-being. Spiritually, The Sabbath is a day set apart for worship and contemplation, a day to deepen our relationship with God. It's a time to reflect on His words, His works, and His love for us, promoting spiritual growth and maturity. Lastly, the Sabbath can also improve our relationships. By setting aside time to connect with loved ones, we build stronger bonds and create heartfelt memories. Observing the Sabbath not only brings us closer to God but also significantly enhances our well-being. In conclusion, the Sabbath remains deeply relevant in our lives today. It's a day set aside to rest, reflect, and reconnect with our spiritual roots. A day that reminds us of our Creator's love and His divine commandments. Throughout this video, we've delved into the biblical perspective, shared practical tips for observance, and highlighted the profound impact that honoring the Sabbath can have on our lives. The Sabbath isn't merely a day of rest, it's a day of purposeful rest. It encourages us to pause from our busy lives and focus on our spiritual growth. It's a day of joy, of renewal, a day to strengthen our bond with our Creator. Observance of the Sabbath is not just about obedience but about the benefits we reap, peace of mind, spiritual growth, and a deeper relationship with God. May the Sabbath become a day of joy, rest, and spiritual growth for all of us. Remember, God blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy.
Growth. Whether you choose to visit our YouTube page for enlightening resources or join us in person at our welcoming space at 5237 West Diversey Avenue in Chicago, we are here for you. It's time to discover what you've been missing.